Thank you guys. I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. It's good to be here. My name is Chinsia Smith, and this is my 5th conference. And I have to be honest with you, when I first came, my first conference was in Austin, and a few months before then is when I started to really look stuttering in the face. But when I got to the conference, I was in a bad mood. I knew I needed to be there, but I didn't want to deal with stuttering. I had spent so much of my life trying to avoid this thing, and now I'm at this conference where all we're talking about is this thing that I've been trying to avoid most of my life. And so I had a lot of mixed emotions at first, but I was there, so that was a win. And they had a first-timers open mic, and I figured, I'll go. I don't have anything to really say, but I sat in the back, and as people kept talking, my heart started pounding, so I was like, okay, maybe I do have something to share. And like my whole body was just totally shaking uncontrollably, which you guys can probably relate to, but by the time my turn came, I got up there, and for the first time, I was talking about how I was a person who stuttered. I had never said that to anyone, like publicly. And here I am in a room full of people I didn't even know, talking about stuttering and how hard it had been, how lonely it had been. It had been so lonely. And I have some wonderful friends and family, but they don't all know what it's like to be a person who stutters. And I could hardly get out all the things I wanted to say. I was bawling my eyes out. And is Paula Campbell Schwab here? No? Paula, she came up and gave me a tissue. And she whispered in my ear that I wasn't alone. So right then and there, I was like, okay, I have the courage to take another step forward. And just being here at the conferences, being around other people who understand what it feels like has been so transformative for me. I remember there were some stories when I was growing up in school where I would try to get out of reading in my classes, and I might go to the bathroom or try to go to the nurse or do anything to get out of reading out loud. I love to read, love to write, but please don't ask me to do it in public with my classmates. So I share that to say that I had spent so many years hurting under the burden of that. But at the conference, the friends I was having dinner with were sharing the same stories, and I'm thinking, I thought I was the only person who was dealing with this. And I'm at a table of people who also have been dealing with the same thing, and so for the first time in my life, I was able to take the things that had brought me to tears and laugh about them, and laugh about it together with other people. It was really powerful, and it's one of the reasons I keep coming back. It's so special to be around other people who understand, who I don't have to explain to or justify. They just get it. And it's also been wonderful to hear stuttering. I had heard my voice for so long, and only my voice, and to hear other people's voices who stutter, it's also helped me grow in comfort with my own voice. And so I just want to say that thank you, Tammy, for all that you do. You're so great and encouraging and supportive. I appreciate it. And when I first came, I was completely lonely when it came to stuttering, and I'm not lonely anymore, so thank you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Meredith Sonson. I want to share with you a couple of stories how the NSA has affected me. My first conference, I was terrified. I wouldn't introduce myself to anybody. I was shy, and by the end of the conference, I had so many new friends. I spoke at an open mic, which was terrifying, like this is. And when I had come here, I never had met anyone who stuttered. And then I came here, and it was like everybody stuttered. It was amazing. I found a community of people who were like I am, who understood me, and that was amazing. And I finally felt like oh God, I didn't want this to happen. And I felt like I belonged. Sorry. At my second conference, which was in Austin, I did an open mic, because apparently I really like to challenge myself. And I got up on stage and I said, hi, I am, and it would not come out. And it felt like it was taking forever, and I started crying, and I kept trying, and it would not come out, and the room was silent, and I could hear, oh, like, people felt bad for me. And I got off the stage, and honestly, I wanted to run and hide. I was so embarrassed. But I walked out in the hall, and people came up to me and hugged me and were like, you are so courageous and so brave. And I was like, really? Like, I didn't see that in me at all. I was embarrassed, and they saw in me what I couldn't see in myself. They made a change in me and had such a huge impact on my life. And you can help people who stutter by investing in things like the silent auction or becoming a change maker, because it impacts people, just like it impacted and changed my life. I've heard from so many others how the conference has changed their life. And by bidding on things like the silent auction or becoming a member of the Change Maker program, you're investing in people who stutter and changing their lives, like mine was changed. Because now every time I come to a conference, I'm like, Tammy, do you have a part that I can speak? And even though I've been like sick all morning about having to speak, but on the other side of this fear is so much growth, and it's just amazing I'm even up here, and I would have never been up here had I not come to a conference. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy standing up here. I'm just going to take this in for a moment. Wow. Thank you. Love all you guys.